Welcome back, folks. Another episode of Reasons Why I Drink, episode 18. I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but I'm back. And, it feels good to do one of these. I took kind of a break because I felt like I just didn't have any material to really report about, anything noteworthy. It just kind of felt like just going through the motions. So, if you want to call the first 17 episodes season 1, and you want to call this new one season 2, I'm all for it. The intro song is First Time by Blink-182 off their new album 9. That album is fucking fantastic. So we're just going to get right into this. So I apologize, like I said, for taking that hiatus, but I'm back. It's been a good year off. A lot of good things happening for me. I'll just first start off with, it's the summer of Scott and the music. Angels and Airwaves and Blink-182 both went on tour this summer. I recently saw them both. And both artists and bands are releasing new music, so it's fucking amazing. And they're my all-time favorite bands. I love them both. I love Tom DeLonge and his weird alien shit. I love Mark and Travis, and also Matt Skiba and Blink. And the new Blink album is fucking amazing. I fucking love it, but I'm also biased, so other people might not feel the same, but I recommend it. Definitely a couple good bangers on there. Pin the Grenade, First Time that I just showed you. Happy Days is one of my favorites. And then I went to see Angels and Airwaves on Wednesday, and man, at the House of Blues, that's a tight venue, and it was packed, but it was filled with so many Angels and Airwaves fans. And Tom just killed it, and they had 23 songs or something like that, and they were playing deep tracks, and I fucking loved it. Music can make you feel so good, and for me personally, if I'm ever feeling down or sad, I listen to Angels and Airwaves just to make me feel better, and make you realize life isn't that bad. Everyone has issues. Apologize for that. Everyone has issues, just how you deal with them. What else has happened in the year since I've been gone? I have gotten a cat. Yeah, so her name is Britney Spears. She's all white. I don't know if she'll make an appearance tonight or not. We'll see if she walks through. But the little quick story behind that is back in October, this is when I was still a bartender at Chili's. I'll talk about the job shit in a little bit. But I was bartending at Chili's. My mom called me and was like, hey, you want to come over for dinner? And I was like, oh, for sure. Who doesn't want to eat dinner with mom and dad? Go. And then she's like, hey, by the way, I have a cat for you. And I was like, oh, do you have one in the basement or in the garage? Because, Charlie Boy, we found him. So we've rescued cats before, not the first time. So she goes, no, she's in the neighborhood. We got to find her. And I was like, okay. So then I went over for dinner. We ate dinner. We took Sparky on a walk. And then, we're looking for the cat. I brought the cat carrier. Sure enough, Mom knows where this bitch has been hiding out for the last 2 weeks. And somehow, I put my hand out. I get her close to me. And before you know it, I picked her up. I'm petting her. I threw her in the cat carrier. And, now I have a cat, Britney Spears. And I always feel a little weird because I feel like I'm a creepy cat dad who's a single guy with a cat. But, honestly, she's great company. She's kind of a bitch, but I love her, so it's not a bad thing. And, I'm just not responsible enough for a dog. I'm not home enough. I'm gone for 12 hours a day at times. It's just not a good thing for me. The dog wouldn't be happy. Whereas a cat, pretty low maintenance. Just make sure there's food, water, clean the litter box out a few times a week. You're golden. So tonight, though, I'm drinking the Natty Light Seltzer. I've been a big White Claw bitch for the last year and a half. Fucking love it. Great seltzer. Raspberry's my favorite. I love mango, grapefruit. I'll tolerate black cherry, lime. Give it to me, I'm gonna drink it, but not my first choice by any means. But I saw these, and I figured I was gonna have to give it a whirl. I had the peach one yesterday, and I loved the flavor. It was pretty good. And then this Catalina lime mixer, this little cherry limeade shit, it ain't too bad. But what I noticed was yesterday, at least, the more I drank, the worse the aftertaste got as I kept drinking. So, overall, I'd still probably give it a B, B+. 6% alcohol, you can't really bitch about that. Sorry, my mouth was getting a little dry there. And yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I switched jobs. I was a bartender at Chili's last time we talked. Loved it, having my regulars, usual schedule every week, easy money, didn't have to try. Went into work, it was autopilot. I fucking loved it. But, after a little bit, it just stopped feeling rewarding. So then I got promoted to management at the Pepper. And I went to the Canton restaurant and trained for like 2.5 months. And that was a blast. Great team there. Really learned a lot about restaurants in general and like management. And they moved me to the Macedonia location, which was a complete shit show. And like I've been with Chili's for over 7 years at the time, so like I was ready for a challenge. I thought this was something I could do. Love Chili's, I love the food, man. Best part about being a manager, I was fucking eating like 2-3 meals a day. Salmon, steaks, turkey burgers, you name it, I had it. I was fucking hungry all the time. But at that restaurant, I don't know what it was. It was just between the shitty hours of being there super late or opening and not having a consistent schedule, it just sort of sucked. And then on top of it, like, I was just a glorified card swiper, as I called it. Basically, all I did was do discounts, comps, and 8 bullets at the table. So when people were pissed, I just went out there, put on my best face, and took the bitchin'. And I was the best busboy, though, in the restaurant. The highest paid busboy in the company, if you must know. But I still loved the job, taught me a lot of great things. After just about 2.5 months, though, I burned out quick, and I realized it wasn't something for me, and if I was to continue doing that, I was going to be miserable. So I got out, and I got a job at this place called Nations Lending as a loan officer. And, I've been there since, middle of June, and I really like it. It's different, but I love the 9-to-5 life. Monday through Friday, weekends off, it's fucking great. Holidays, I'm finally being able to spend time with my family on weekends and holidays, and that's always nice. And on top of it, it lets me go to Cork Show Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the job itself, I'm a loan officer. Great office of guys. I love the environment. I love the energy. And it feels like I'm finally doing something that matters. So it's kind of cool, I'm helping people save money on their mortgage and improve their livelihood and make their situation for living a little bit easier, even if it saves them $100, $200 a month. That could go towards so much more. So it's pretty cool, and I'm enjoying the challenge. I do feel like kind of like the biggest idiot in the office because I'm the newest. I'm I don't know what I'm doing necessarily 24/7, but I'm learning every day. I got a lot of great guys around me that are helping me and coaching me up and teaching me what to do. So I'm excited to see how it goes as I get further on. I'm hopefully going to close my first loan either this upcoming week or next week, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, I just fucking love it. Where was I going to go to next? Oh yes, I was going to talk about my weekend. So for pretty much the last 8 months, most Fridays, Saturdays, I'm going to Corky's place in Lakewood. I call it the Cork Show, the Cork Board, the Cork Screw. There's a lot of nicknames for it, but Cork Show is my favorite. It's a karaoke bar in Lakewood. I'm sure I've talked about it before on previous episodes, but I'll give you a little refresher. That's a karaoke bar in Lakewood. Karaoke 7 days a week. Fantastic staff. Fantastic environment, great karaoke setup. They have iPads, so you're not fucking going to a DJ and looking through a book and writing a pencil and paper. No bullshit. We got a whole iPad and an app, a fucking app that plays your songs. The DJ can download anything you want if you want, and it's just amazing. Brandon's there. He's the manager. I fucking love this guy. Fantastic human. We got Jordan. He's the guy that really got me in there hooked first. The first few times I went there, he remembered me. Super friendly guy. Just, he made me feel at home and, made it feel like a Cheers. There's another bartender named Olive. I love her. She's super nice and awesome. And there's this door guy named Steve. And Steve is just incredible. Positive human being. Just gives off that, great vibe. Someone you want to be around. And, makes the energy around you feel good. So, needless to say, I love going there. There's obviously more people that work there, and I don't have time to list them all off. Otherwise, I could. But I've been going there pretty much every Friday, Saturday. I sing karaoke. I fucking love it. It's fun. It's like a little escape. It's like, it's what you do in your car, but you're doing it in front of people. And it's like fun, like, I don't know, people seem to enjoy it. I think I provide a good entertainment and show. I have a tendency to take my shirt off there towards the end of the night pretty frequently. I'm just jamming out. It makes it fun, And Brandon takes his shirt off too, so it's cool. We got everyone's, it's all happened by everyone. So yeah, that's my usual thing. So this Friday I went there, and a couple guys from work met me out, Josh, Buck, and Nick, and we all hung out for a while. And I turned Buck on to the bar because it's fun. Like, it's just a place where you can escape your problems. It's escape from reality. I fucking love it. And like, those guys, we all had a good time. And then today I hung out with my parents. Jimmy and Marlon are my bar parents. I adopted them about a year ago. I ran into them every weekend when I would go there and sing, and like, casually just talk to him, compliment Jimmy on his song, say hey to Marlon. But then before I knew it, we were sitting by each other all the time, chit-chatting it up. I went over to their house for dinner before. They met my mom and dad. So like, I love these people. They're awesome. So we hang out all the time. So I was with them tonight. I was supposed to meet a girl on a date. I met her on Facebook date or whatever. And we were messaging. She drove out from Westlake to meet me. And so I was already there. She messaged me, said she was there. And like by the time I got to her, she was standing at the bar talking to this guy, and I was just like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna watch what happens, And before I knew it, they were talking to each other for like fucking 45 minutes to an hour. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna ruin a good thing going there. And like, quite frankly, I'm being shallow, but she really wasn't my type, so I think I came out with a win right there. I dodged a fucking proverbial bullet. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get that again, but it was easy. No communication after the fact because I blocked her. She doesn't have my number. We're not friends on Facebook or any social media, so she can never say anything to me again. And she can't be pissed. Like, it's not like she wasted her time going out there. She ended up hitting it off with someone else. So, like, it's a win-win in my book. I think I came off with the dub. So I was super excited about that. And, yeah. I'm about to tell a story called Chicken Noodle Soup, and that's gonna be how we're gonna end the show tonight. But let me take another drink here because my mouth is getting dry. Alrighty, so Chicken Noodle Soup. This was like 2 years ago. This is probably my other best story next to Grandma's house, but I'm gonna deliver it here. So about 2.5 years ago, I'm out with a really good friend of mine in Lakewood. And just a disclaimer, if anyone knows who I am, they know who I'm talking about. But I'm not using any names, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So me and this really good friend are out in Lakewood. We're bar hopping around, and we end up closing the night out at West End Tavern. And we're there just chilling, chit-chatting, bullshitting, people watching TV, the usual bullshit. And the lights flick on about 2 o'clock, it's closing time. And this woman approaches us, and the first thing she says, "Are you guys brothers?" We're just like, "Yeah." And then she immediately replies, "I've never been with brothers before." So we kind of just, did one of these numbers like, did you just hear what that bitch just said? And, so I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, dude. So I went to the bathroom to text him, and I was like, dude, what do you think's about to happen? He goes, let me just check. So I pee, I come back, and she's off closing her tab, and he says to me, oh, dude, she wants to fuck us. And I was like, no way. So we started cracking up. And then next thing you know, she's ordering an Uber, and we're getting in the car with her, and we're going back to her house. And mind you, this is probably like 2 in the morning or so. Bars just closed 2:15. So we get there, and the first thing we do when we get inside is she goes, "You boys hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, we've been drinking all night." So we're like, "Yeah, why?" And she goes, "Oh, I'll make you some chicken noodle soup." Hence the title of the story. So she warms up this homemade chicken noodle soup and gives us each these 2 big-ass bowls. And honestly, it was fucking phenomenal soup. like perfect. It was wintertime, it was snowing outside, like cold, perfect thing to warm you up before you're getting ready to start the engine. And then so while we're eating, she goes, I gotta take a shower. So she goes and takes a shower. And then, like, she's been in the shower for like 10 minutes. We finished our soup. And I look at him and I'm like, dude, do you have a condom? And he goes, no. So then we immediately go to her bedroom, because I didn't either. And we just start raiding drawers. And eventually we find the condoms and a bunch of fucking sex toys. And we're like, oh shit, this is about to go down. So then she gets out the shower and she comes into her room. And, like, honestly, we just kind of ripped her towel off and it went down from there. And it was it was definitely a fucking experience. It was just like, I don't even have words for it, but it was enjoyable to say the least. So we're all going at it. I don't want to give away too many details, but this part's kind of crucial. So, what was I gonna say? Okay, so my dude is doing her, and then, she's sucking me off, and the way it's happening is, like, I'm towards her chest, and obviously he's down there, so I blow my load on her chest, and then immediately after, I just start getting dressed, because, like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to sit there and watch? Like, I feel like that's creepy, so I start getting dressed immediately, and I finally get my clothes on, and my dude finishes, and then she's got to take a shower now because she has cum on her tits. So I look at him, and, like, we walk out the room, and then her roommate's there, and it was really awkward. I honestly don't even remember what I said, but the roommate was hot. I do remember that. She was definitely a babe. And I don't even know what I said. Like I said, we just immediately put our shoes on and ran out the door. We just booked it down the street. We didn't even, say bye. We just got the hell out of Dodge. And then eventually we run like a block or two away and call an Uber at like 3:15 in the morning. It's freezing outside. But we just can't stop laughing. It's just fucking hilarious. I can't even believe we did it. And then the best part about it is we never even got her name. Like, I couldn't even tell you what her name was if I wanted to. So, yeah, that's the story of Chicken Noodle Soup. I hope you enjoyed. That is going to be this episode of Reasons Why I Drink. I'm really pleased with how it came out. I think I'm going to have to do some more. My manager at Nations Lending, this got around at Nations Lending. It was emailed to everyone in the office, basically, and my manager said, he's like, I'm going to watch these on my next 17 lunch breaks, because I have 17 episodes. So I was, like, cracking up about that, and he encouraged me. He goes, you should probably do another one. And I said, you got it, dude. We can do that. So, yeah, that's going to be how we're going to end the night. Like I said, I'm pretty happy about this. I'm going to put it in my Instagram bio. Fuck the Cosmo podcast Instagram. We're just going with the Scott Nixon Instagram. Yeah. I go by Cosmo at Corky's. If I order food, it's Cosmo. I was a DJ at the University of Akron. It's Cosmo. That's just my alter ego. If I ever get to have a kid, I would love to name a boy Cosmo. Like, so he's already going to be cool off the rip. Like, he's just going to have such a cool, unique name. And, like, I got it from, like, Cosmo Kramer, because that guy's funny. Also, Cosmo and Wanda from the Fairly Odd Parents. But, yeah. I'm going to end the song, though, on Kiss and Tell. It's one of the new Angels and Airwaves songs they played at the concert the other night. And, yeah, this is Reasons Why I Drink, episode 18. I hope you folks have a good one. Thanks.